Hey, welcome back to the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. I'm Mike Griffith, and we are in the Bakersfield Speedway segment, but Scott Schweitzer isn't here. I know where he's not. He doesn't do the bathrooms at Bakersfield Speedway. Anything else? But he doesn't clean restrooms. So I know he's not out there. We've got Aaron Stewart, who helps out in the tower when he's not driving a hobby stock. How you doing, Aaron?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing well. So you were out there on Saturday night.
I was.
Not racing.
I was up in the score tower doing some work.
Yeah, doing some work, but no racing for you because you're only racing the car about once a month, and it's a little closer to the mic. So that's good. So you not a race weekend for you?
No, it wasn't.
No. So
no, I'm spending my time up in the tower a lot more right now.
Yeah. And what are you doing up in the tower?
I'm one of the scorekeepers.
Do that and take care of that.
Yep.
So we went out there, and I'm sitting out there before the driver's meeting or after the driver's meeting, leaning on a tow truck, and up walks Colby Lewis to Tom, talking to Tom Mock, and Tom goes, "Hey, I hear you're going to be in the 11 car." And Colby goes, "Yeah, I am." So Colby Lewis, Bakersfield, longtime major league pitcher, pitched for the Rangers for quite a few years. He couldn't do that while he was pitching. That's part of the contract stuff that you can't do, which is basically anything but walk. And you probably can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So he jumps into the number 11 Mod Light, owned by Zach Forrester. And we've got a picture of him with the helmet on, I think, here, Chris. Yeah, we got Colby there before the race. And this was before he went out. And we don't have a picture of his first hot lap session because I think Tom's camera broke. But he came out of turn 4, he got on the gas, and he got high, and the right rear tire rode up on the wall, and he just did a slow roll and came to a stop right side up. What were you thinking then?
His first time in the car could have gone better. Yeah, he got up in the wet stuff. The track had just been watered. They were doing their hot laps, and he got on the throttle a bit too quickly and got up into the wall and just tipped it over.
Tipped it over, and you think, that wasn't a bad roll, so I kind of waited. I thought, well, I want to write a story about this, but I got to see if he's going to be racing. So I waited and walked down to the pits, and they were hard at work on it. And just a lot of, a lot of damage of just broken off stuff and welding and fixing that stuff. And I think they had put new steering rack on it and a couple of things. They went to the shop and got one. Got out there, came back, ran his 8 laps in the heat race at the back, just being cautious or getting used to it. And then go ahead and show the rest of these slides. Got him during the main event. He ran around in the back for quite a while, and then the last 5 or 8 laps, he decided to get a little racy and actually moved up and raced with some people and passed some people. I think it was just a matter of getting comfortable. Hold on this slide. This flip, as we go back, Tom's camera was working. This is Jerry Flipple, and this is his second time of being upside down in a Mod Light. He had just got his cast off from breaking his wrist earlier this season. And so this was a scary-looking accident because he ended up basically on the wall like that.
Yeah, another car broke going into turn 1, and they made contact, causing Jerry's car to almost bunny hop. And when it came back down, it dug the right side tires into the dirt, which is how his first flip happened. And that caused it to roll like that.
Yeah, and a great picture. And it's too bad for Jerry. He's a big, tall kid, and he came out of it okay, and he actually walked down the track to check on his sister. He let his sister, Cheyenne, know that he was okay, I think. And then they got on with the race. So anyway, but the Mod Lights had 19 cars out there, and Jeff Thompson gets the win there. J.D. Brown second, Roy Maynard Jr., Cheyenne Flipple with a good finish for her fourth, and Caden Cochran. And the thing is that Zach Forrester, who had won, I think, 5 of the 6 races or 4
Correct.
of the 5 races, coming into this has decided to back off. You want some other people to get out there, win. Jeff Thompson got the win. I think he's looking for some of those younger kids to keep their confidence out there so that they're not out there thinking, I'm just running second to Zach every race.
Yeah, Zach also knew he was going to be missing some races later in the year as well. And so he wasn't going to be able to be a contender for the championship. And so it was just a good time. He had the option to get Colby Lewis in the car. And so moved on.
And the backstory here, Colby and Zach are half brothers, and Colby's been around. Zach started racing hobby stocks 21, 22 years ago. So Colby's been around the race scene. He lives not too far, kind of around the corner, big corner from Zach, on a big piece of property. he has a go-kart track in his backyard that he runs on and stuff and races go-karts. And Colby's son, Cade, has been racing mini dwarfs now for about 3 or 4 years, and sometimes can't race during the school year. We used to be only able to race during the summer when he was out of school. But
Yeah.
so now Colby's done with his major league career and has some fun, so good for him.
Yeah, so we're hoping in time we'll see both Zach and Colby with individual cars out there. And
Yeah, I think that'll happen. Zach's a big booster and it kind of got this whole Mod Lights division started, so good for him. So on to the IMCA Modifieds, which I think was a heck of a race where Roger Holder started on the pole, was out front, and was basically looked like he was running away with this thing. But you can see back in the pack, this is the type of the racing, 2, 3, 4 wide at times, and just really good racing. This 98 car came from the back, started in the 5th row?
Yes.
And you're thinking, nah, he's not going to catch him, but you're watching, and it's just going green flag, and he's looks to be about a tenth, 2/10 quicker a lap, and all of a sudden the laps are winding down, and Robbie Sawyer's like 1 or 2 car lengths behind Mr. Holder, and got by for the win.
Yeah, when when Holder started to catch some lap traffic, Sawyer was able to get right up on him and then just powered around him.
Yeah, when he caught him, he was by in a flash. And I think Roger just kind of lost his whole rhythm at the time. He'd been in a pretty good rhythm in the lap traffic, and then there was a caution with 2 laps to go. And Ethan Dotson got around Roger right after the restart, and he had about a lap to chase down Robbie, but he finished a car length behind. It would have been interesting if there had been a couple more laps because Ethan Dotson was pretty fast at the finish.
Ethan was coming hard at the finish, and he actually he got right up behind Robbie. So another lap or 2, it could have been a really good race.
And you got Roger Holder, who drives about anything with wheels and wins it on dirt, asphalt, drag racing, doesn't matter. Troy Folger finished 4th. He comes from a long way to race every weekend, so good for him for supporting Bakersfield Speedway. And Rob Sanders comes home 5th. And I think Robbie said after the race that he thought the track was great, where you could drive anywhere you wanted to on the racetrack. You could find a good, fast way around.
Yeah, the track was really nice Saturday night.
And we had the hobby stocks there. Not a big field on hobby stocks, kind of a once in a while you hit that summer doldrums. People are on vacations, cars are broke, you're waiting to get something fixed.
Yeah,
money might be a top. And once again, it's hot and people are on vacation.
Yes, it was very hot. I knew a couple people who just decided not to race because they weren't points racing, and they saw 110-degree weather and they decided to stay home. And unfortunately, it turned out a lot of them were from the hobby stock division. So.
Yeah, so usually it's a really, really strong field, and it's still a strong field and a good race. Rookie Trevor Baker just having a great season his first year. He got his 2nd win, and he got out front, and he was dominant.
Yeah, Carl Nolan Jr. started up in the front. He ran up front a lot of the race, but once Trevor got up there, he just stuck it to the bottom and just powered past, and nobody could touch him after that.
Yeah, the kid's having a phenomenal year, and a lot of different winners in hobby stock, so that keeps it down. I think there's 8 different winners this year, 7 or 8, but I think he got another win, so that keeps somebody from winning. There's still, I would bet that at the end of the season, easily 2 more winners, maybe 3.
Oh, yeah, there's a handful of drivers I've looked at who I expect to be able to win. Marcus Wonkum,
right.
Don Mead. Carl Nolan Jr. was extremely impressive Saturday night, and it won't be a surprise if he's able to get up there and get a win as well.
Yeah, look at that. Marcus Wonkum finished 3rd. Chris Settlemeyer, a strong run for him in 4th. Raymond Nolan Jr. 5th, but Trevor Baker had it wired. Nobody had anything for him. Oh, so next up, we had the mini stocks, and Lonnie Spiller, what do you do? She's running really strong again.
In the previous slide, the red car is Steve Rourke. He's been a longtime racer. He raced against myself when I raced mini stocks 11 years ago. And he had an incredibly fast car and actually went up and around Lonnie for the lead. And under yellow, his steering broke.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
I know he just disappeared. I thought.
Yeah, his steering linkage broke.
So.
And unfortunately, that cost Steve the win. But he had an incredibly fast car, and I mean, he drove up and passed Lonnie. So
yeah, and then once he was gone, she was out front, and she just that car looked good, and she said she was pretty much on a mission, wanted to win. Misty Warren was back there, but she finished a bit back, had nothing for her. Still in the points lead for Misty, though. She's having a great season. Carter Cherry comes home third, Doug Shepard in fourth, and David Wolford in fifth. But the mini stocks is a division that a couple years ago was down to sometimes single-digit cars at some races, and this year they've had upwards of 21. They had a few less for this race. Once again, we're getting into the middle of the summer, vacation time, hot. Let's find an excuse not to race. Time of the season once in a while, but still a strong field of mini stocks.
Yeah, every division works kind of like a roller coaster. You got years where you've got a lot of cars, and then they'll dip down. American stocks have dipped down a little bit this year, and then a lot of new people will show up. Carter Cherry and his brother Parker are both brand new drivers this year. They're both very young. And very quickly, Carter Cherry was extremely fast Saturday night and was actually challenging Misty Warren for second place at the finish.
Yeah.
And so it's great to see there's a lot of new blood in the mini stocks this year, and hopefully the resurgence of divisions continues.
Yeah, and then Tom we got a bunch of photos we can run through on the senior and junior mini dwarfs. Tom got some great photos here. It's pretty much you have to be down low to win. But getting there is hard, and things like this happen. But you can see 2 and 3 wide. But the fast way around is on the inside, and there we have is Mr. Forrester. Cole Forrester is Zach's son, won the junior mini dwarfs, and so I think we have the results there.
There's Zach sneaking in a.
Actually, Cole Forrester got that win, and Zach sneaking in there. Trenton Ricco second. Chloe Cotton third, Paige Jones fourth, and Tucker Carey fifth. And that's the seniors. We got Tyler Blankenship there, Kennedy Cotton, Mason Ratcliffe, Brody Graham, and Cade Lewis, who is the son of Kobe Lewis. So, but both divisions had, I think, about 12 cars, which is perfect. That's all they want to run in the main events anyway there, and that's about the right number of cars. Any more than that is too crowded out
12,
there.
As a scorekeeper, 12 is a perfect number for those kids. Any less, and it's just not a fun race. Any more, and it's just very hard to keep track of placements.
You're right.
We've got 4 people up in the tower who every one of us keeping track of positions, and when you're getting 16 cars and they're coming across the line 4 or 5 wide on those first couple laps.
Right.
It's
tough. There it is. And those anybody hasn't seen, the kids are racy out there. They get racy and they push and they bang and they shove and they know they got to get down low, and so they'll take any advantage they can. So coming up this weekend, real quick, we got the Race Saver Winged Sprints, Sport Mods. There should be an O in that. IMCA stocks, American stocks, mini stocks, and everybody that comes in, give them a ticket, you get a free Coca-Cola.
Yep, everybody who comes in the front gate will get 1 free Coke Saturday night.
And there you have it. So get out there, Bakersfield Speedway. Might not be as hot this weekend. It might be hot, but you know what? The grandstands face the right way. There's a bunch of eucalyptus trees, and it's in the shade by 6 o'clock. Racing starts at 7 during this hot months of the summer. So for the next few weeks, 7 o'clock start out at Bakersfield Speedway. So going out there Saturday night, watch a little dirt track racing. Aaron, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next week with another segment of the Baco Motorsports Power Hour.